Everybody to another day of Liga Raketa Rocket Championship Season 4. Today we're going to be starting with Lupus versus Risky Business as our first series. And here you go, the first kickoff. Lupus, they have got some roster changes in the transfer week, and it seems like they are like a whole different team right now. They got their new additions, I believe, Rewind and Forest, but I don't think they are playing right now. Instead, they are having Crow and Escala, but Sleeps is still in the team right now. It's going to be a shot from Aliens. He's going to be the first to score in this series. Huge gap was given in the defense by Lupus. Sleeps was already in the air, but he wasn't able to defend. So it's going to be Aliens is there to punish, and Risky Business. It's just like they haven't really changed, like just from last time. Every time a mistake gets to happen, they're always ready to capitalize on those mistakes. So Risky Business, they're still one of the best teams out there. So you really need to minimize your mistakes, especially in the defense. You want to make sure that your defense is going to be really clean to the point where it's not going to be creating any kind of confusion for your teammates. And it's going to be another shot from Aliens, but it's going to be blocked by Crow this time. And now Zoa from the midfield, just trying to pass it. It's going to be Sleeps of the corner. And Escala getting beat. It's going to be Crow all by himself right there. Just need to take his time on this one so his teammates would be rotating back. And Escala. It's going to be another midfield pass. It's going to be Mario just isn't able to get the touch that he was looking for. And Zilla with a huge miss touch at Crow with a shot, but it's going to be blocked by Aliens. Aliens has been showing very, very well, like in the defense and offense as well. And the pressure is just slowly building. Again, it's going to be Aliens trying to receive the pass, but it just few pixels away. Naskilla just looking for the 50 right there. And again, it's going to be cleared and Sleeps just putting the ball down. It's going to be Mario looking for the rebound. It's going to be a miss and Aliens is there for the shot, but again, it's going to be off the crossbar and Zoa. It's going to be blocked by Escala. Really good defense so far, but it's going to be an open net. And Sleeps again, it just isn't able to get the block, but Mario. This time it's going to be Mario showing up besides Aliens. Two huge mistakes happened in the defense for Lupus, and this is not really a great start for Lupus. They had their moments where they just show up in the defense and able to defend, but just those jumps are like sometimes they give lots of space in the defense. It's just kind of welcoming to so many shots by Risky Business. And Risky Business, they're just having this early pressure. And it's not stopping anytime soon. It's gonna be Zoa. Just retreating all the way back, and it's gonna be Sleeps having to play this on his own. And Aliens just slowly tapping the ball away. The communication from Risky Business is also doing a really good job. Just barely any double commits we have seen so far. You could even see that teammate, he was like retreating back even though he had a really good position to go ahead and take the shot. But he just didn't and instead left it for his teammate. So they're not double committing, they're having really good comms so far. They're just keeping up with the pressure without any major problem like a double commit or something that's going to be resulting in a third man in the back just having to play it on his own. And the pressure is building once again for Lupus. They need to find a way to clear the ball, but Risky Business, they are pushing non-stop and the demos are just coming out from everywhere. The aggression from Risky Business. And the bump from Mario just creating the space, and it's gonna be another open net this time. Harassing the last defender in the back for Lupus. Sleeps just tried to get a back pass, but instead Zoa was on the way to harass the last defender to get him out of position. Huge play by Risky Business. Like, sometimes you're not really... You don't really always have to hit the ball. Sometimes, like, you just have to go for a bump or a demo. Even though you're not always going to be getting those, it will always create some kind of hesitation and panic in the defense. And that eventually will create the space that you're looking for. A momentary 2v1 situation right there, and just Zoa with another bump this time. And Sleeps trying his best to keep the ball away. And Zoa, interesting block right there. Just the rotation. Just not looking the best right now for Lupus. They need to find a way to fix it in the next game. Otherwise, that's going to be really problematic for Lupus to keep up with the pressure that they're just having to deal with. The final countdown. Risky Business, they have already secured game 1. The ball is still up. And Eskelo looking for that 0-second shot. And it's going to be off the backboard, and Crow was there for the follow, but couldn't really get it. But that was a lot of impressive plays coming from Risky Business. They had their demos, they had their aggression. Almost like everything they have been doing just looked really, really clean. But for Lupus, they just like their defensive rotation isn't really looking the best. We're seeing mechanical mistakes happening as well in the defense. It just Sleeps. It just like it happened to him twice in the defense. Every time it just happened, it just resulted in a goal immediately. So they need to find maybe better comms and also better way to get their defensive rotation going. Because they looked really, really shaky in the defense. They were creating some kind of like huge gap in the defense, and it was like easy way for Risky Business to get their shots on target. It is a whole new game right now, and Lupus, they really need to step up right now before it gets too late in the series. You're starting with an early shot coming by Mario, and Zoa was there to block it, but still. Again, just seems like everybody wants to do the same exact thing from Lupus. They're just like moving at the same time and like just going like at the same kind of direction. Now Crow going for the shot off the wall. It's gonna be off target though. And Zoa just flicks the ball over one. It's gonna be Askela preventing the ball from going in any further. It's gonna be a shot from Zoa. That was really, really impressive. That angle was just insane from Zoa. Beating Crow and also getting that angle. Sleeves was trying his best to get there, but it was just a bit too fast for him. Couldn't really get the save, and just another game where Risky Business gets the first goal. And Mario with 1v1 situation right there, but it just immediately is going to be blocked. And Zoa with another aerial. The Skilla with a clear. Again, just they have to clear it so many times. It's just like when the ball is just on the blue side, they struggle a lot to get a decent clear that's going to be helping them to get the transition that they need. So they just have to keep going for a save after save. But with Risky Business pressure that they're just trying to build on the blue side, it just like eventually it will always create those moments where it's going to be causing mistakes in the defense for Lupus, and that's how they get to concede most of their goals. Girl, a bit of an awkward spot, but Sleeps is there for the clear, and Askela trying to get those passing plays going, and the double commit in the defense by Risky Business. And the shot immediately denied by Aliens, and Crow maybe trying to center the ball. It's getting cleared by Mario. Aliens is there for the follow. And Zoa again with another shot, and this one is easily handled by Crow. Nothing really too fast to be handled. It is a very close game compared to the first one. Even though it seems like Risky Business, they are the dominating team. That was a huge open net right there, but two players completely missed the shot, and that was a really good chance for them to get an equalizer. We're halfway in, and we're still having one goal lead for Risky Business. Either the panic or just the communication isn't really looking the best for Lupus at the moment. And Crow with a really nice center ball. It's gonna be Sleeps off the backboard. Couldn't really get anything useful. And Escala. The Aliens, that was a very, very scary situation. And Zoa gets the read and able to beat the defenders right there, extending the lead. Just 2 minutes left, and it has been so close the entire time. Even though Sleeps was there, but just Zoa, I believe he ended up being right over his car, just preventing him from going in any further to get the touch that he was looking for to save it. They're just so quick to punish, and that's what makes them really scary. And especially if you're going to be having a lot of double commits and mistakes with the communication, you're gonna have a hard time playing against Risky Business. The team has been really known for uh, capitalizing on those mistakes and building up the pressure so early. Sleeps, kind of getting outpaced right there. It's gonna be a shot by Aliens, and again, just more goals for Risky Business by more defensive mistakes coming from Lupus. Seems like they had a really good chance at the beginning, but after that second goal, it seems like it just becoming like game one again. Especially like the previous game, we have seen a lot of mistakes in the defense. We have seen less mistakes in the defense in game two, but right now it seems like very, very similar to the previous game, and accidental bump by Lupus right now, but nothing really scary, so they could recover from that. And Skelby Sleeps already up for the aerial shot. It's gonna be in this time. And they finally get something on the board. They have been scoreless in the previous game, and almost the same thing happened in this game, but Sleeps, that was a really impressive pass by Escala as well. But you could already see that Risky Business, they are feeling so comfortable at the moment that they're just going for upside down save and just trying to not to be nervous at all. They have already got the win secured, so there's nothing really to be worried about. And also we're seeing more of double commits coming from Risky Business. You don't want to be taking this way too easy to the point where you start not communicating with your teammates, and eventually that's going to be creating a lot of mistakes, and you don't want that to be carried over into the next game. And I believe that was an on goal for Lupus. That was a tragic moment for them. The panic just happening again. Crow wasn't in the best spot, and Sleeps getting bumped. Escala had no choice but to take his decision so early, but he just ended up into his own net, and that's gonna be another goal for Risky Business. 20 seconds left right now, and Risky Business, they are still not stopping. It's gonna be Mario. Is it able to get the shot? And Zoa. Now Aliens with a center ball, and it's gonna be killed by Crow this time. They're still keeping the ball up, and Crow still keeping the ball up, but it's gonna be killed right now. Just game two. Again, it's gonna be taken by Risky Business. They're just the aggression and the pressure haven't really stopped at all. So this is a perfect start for Risky Business, but for Lupus, they need to step up right now, because if they lose the next game, it's gonna be ending with a loss. So at least they need to end it with a draw. They need to fix their defensive positioning and rotation. We're seeing a lot of double commits and just maybe even mistrust in the defense. But Risky Business, they are still looking very clean, even though they had their double commits in the defense. But I believe it's because they're just I think they're looking way too confident, and that could actually bite them back really hard next time. But if they just take this really easily and Lupus gets to step up, I think this could be the moment that Lupus is really looking for. And it's gonna be game 3. If Risky Business take this one, well, Risky Business, they're gonna be walking away with the win. And again, it seems like every time we start with an early offensive chance for Risky Business, it's gonna be another aerial, but Zoa with a huge miss right there. It's gonna be Sleeps with a booming clear. And the Skella, not with the best touch. Crow has to fix this one up. He does a really good job at just killing time and also keeping the ball in a less awkward spot. Sleeps. And again, just those double commits seems to be happening all over again. We are only 30 seconds in, and we're seeing some really bad signs for Lupus. It doesn't look like they're adapting very well to it. So the double commits and the panic isn't really going anywhere, and Crow with a tight save right there. And Sleeps trying to be in the midfield, just waiting for a pass, and Crow with a demo. And the Skella. Not to the best touch. Still did a really good job, and Zoa with a very interesting 50 right there. Almost got passed by 2 defenders with 0 boost on his tank. He just couldn't really get a really good touch there, but it was impressive how he threw himself over the ball and just worked it out so well. It almost was on target, but nobody was there to follow, and Zoa trying to pick the defender right there, but just Lupus. They are holding on very strongly, and it's gonna be Mario winning the 50 and just trying to go for a fake, but Askella. Lupus aren't getting faked anytime soon. Even though we're still seeing double commits, but they're holding on very well so far. And the shots, they're just like raining on Lupus. And a lot of physical plays going on. It's gonna be pinched to the corner. It's gonna be Askella getting beat, and Zoa trying to get the transition, getting denied by Sleeps, and it's gonna be Aliens with the follow. Seems like the ball has always been in the blue side, where Lupus, they always have to find a way to clear. It's gonna be a midfield pass, and Mario couldn't really get the best touch he could. And the Aliens. So 1v1 situation right there by Zoa. And Risky Business, they have been winning so many 50s though. Even though they haven't really been getting anything really scary or like any kind of follow-up we have seen. But it is they're doing them a really good job to apply that kind of pressure, even though they're not really able to be really speedy and just like beat the defender. At least like they are able to win the 50 and keep the ball in a really dangerous situation. And another double commit, and Mario with a shot. Eskilla barely making the save. It's gonna be an open net. He's just waiting for the ball to be bouncing all the way out. It's gonna be really high, and Sleeps was already up in the air. Couldn't really get that shot that he was looking for. And again, we're seeing open nets from both sides at the moment. It's gonna be a midfield pass from Zoa to Aliens, and Eskilla just coming with those saves every time. Incredible defense by Eskella, and Zoa with a shot, and again Eskella. The guy is a beast in the defense right now. Just every time the shot was taken, it's gonna be Eskella making the save and just keeping the game scoreless. Eskella completely missing the shot, and same thing for Sleeps. This could be really dangerous. And another midfield pass to Zoa. It's gonna be taking it up in the air. It's gonna be Crow not really getting the touch. It's just looking really chaotic in the defense at the moment. 40 seconds left. And not even a single goal in any side. It's gonna be Aliens with a midfield pass and a demo as well, and this one is gonna be in. Zoa and Aliens, they get their passing plays while having Mario in just getting the demo, the last defender. We have seen a similar play like this one before. 32 seconds left. Lupus, they really need to get a goal to at least send it to an overtime. And Aliens having his solo play. Just zero boost, but he's still going for the shot. That was a bit questionable. Almost an open net for Risky Business. It's gonna be Sleeps capitalizing on those mistakes. Everybody looked really confident that they're gonna be taking the win. They just forgot their defensive rotation. And it was way too late for them as soon as they get in the defense. It was two players at the same spot and the confusion was there. And Sleeps was there to take the shot and he managed to tie it up. And it's gonna be a shot and Sleeps is there to save it. It's gonna be Zoa with his last shot and it's gonna be cleared and pinched all the way back. And that could have been in, by the way. It just bounced it on the ground. That would have been so impressive for Lupus to win game 3. Another demo, just relieving the pressure for the orange side at the moment. It's gonna be Crow with a challenge from the midfield and Sleeps with an early follow-up. We're seeing a lot of passing plays, Aliens and Zoa. This is a really good sign. They're just not really always relying on seeing those mistakes and just trying to capitalize on it. It's just a beautiful passing play and Zoa with a dunk later on. Just those passing plays, they're not even stopping. And Zoa, what was that 50? It looked like it was a backflip. Let him manage to get to win that 50 and get the goal, and 3-0 in the series so far for Risky Business. "11 saves from Lupus in this game. 5 for Crow and 5 for Askella. That is just really, really impressive. They have been doing their best to improve the defense and trying to get their clears, but it just so many shots were coming from Risky Business. It just like, you know the rules, like if you're always gonna be getting so many shots on target, eventually it will just always break the defense and it will create the space that you're looking for. This is gonna be the last game of the series. So for Lupus, they did a really good job at keeping the game so close in game 3. So this is their time, so they could get at least one win in the series. That is the only thing they could ever do. Can they get past by Risky Business aggression in the last game though? That is the real question. It's gonna be Crow just coming with a challenge out of nowhere. And a very interesting clear by Aliens. Time we are seeing Lupus starting with speedy challenges and the aggression that they really lacked of from the beginning. And it seems like for a Risky Business they had to defend this time. It's gonna be Sleeps all by himself. And another 50. It's gonna be boomed all the way back by Askella. It's gonna be Zoa to handle it. Crow trying to center the ball. It's gonna be Sleeps is there to take the shot, and Aliens with a really interesting clear. It was just almost on target. It was off the post, and Sleeps with a very interesting angle almost got the ball on target, and Mario preventing the ball from going in. That was a very tight save, and it's gonna be another infield pass by Lupus. They're showing a lot of signs of variety of offensive plays. They're trying to have their passing plays at the moment. Aliens. Trying to send to the wall. It's gonna be Crow missing the clear. That's kind of gonna be bringing some flashbacks of the previous games where just the ball's gonna be on the blue side for way too long until the defense will be breaking down. And this is exactly what Risky Business they have been doing from the beginning. It's gonna be another shot by Sleeps, and again Mario is there to defend. And the bumping plays by Risky Business, harassing Sleeps, not letting him to take a shot at ease. We are halfway in and we're still scoreless, but it's gonna be Sleeps coming in just sky high with a shot, and this one is gonna be on target. Nobody was there to defend, and that's gonna be Lupus taking the first goal of the last game of the series. You're shouting right off the kickoff. An early pressure by Lupus, and Sleeps just again lacking of accuracy this time. And the transition was completely denied. And Askella, not with the best touch, and it's gonna be Crows there to save the day. We are halfway in, and Lupus, they really need to find one more goal to at least secure the lead. Aliens trying to kill some time right there. I'm not sure why though. They just really need to find a way to get that sweep that they have been trying to get from the beginning. It's a very interesting game. We're seeing Lupus starting with an early pressure, and this is something that we haven't really seen them before. Just almost every game where just like they had to keep defending and trying to clear the ball away. But in game 4, it seems like it's a whole different team right now. They're just having their aggression, they're having their passing plays, and also the offensive plays. Everything else is just looking really good for Lupus, especially in the offense. Mario completely whiffing the shot. It's gonna be Zoa with a bit of a weak shot, and Sleeps is there to clear it. And we're almost in the last minute, and a double commit coming from Lupus. And Crow keeping the ball in the orange side. They're just trying to kill some time and have that one lead to walk away with at least one win in the series. And Aliens with an attempt to pass the ball, and it's gonna be Mario with a top corner placement as well. Risky Business, they're just coming off with another passing play, and the placement by Mario. They are able to type the game. Now Lupus, they have to find a way again to get a leading goal and just walk away with that one win in the series. Otherwise, they're gonna be getting swept by Risky Business. Those physical plays, they're just happening every time where you could like expect it the least. If the ball's like in the midfield, somebody's like, before they get to rotate all the way back, they just try to get a bump or a demo, and in the offense, trying to create the space for their teammates. It has been happening by Risky Business so many times, but Lupus, they're just trying to do the same thing at the moment. Seems like we're gonna see another overtime. One goal is all what it takes for Lupus and also for Risky Business. So one goal is gonna be really, really important for both sides. Center ball for Risky Business, and Zoa getting a bump. It's gonna be Aliens with a shot. It's gonna be off post. Mario banging the ball really, really hard. Keeping the ball on the blue side again. It's gonna be Mario with a solo play. Just incredible ball control. And Mario walking away with the demo. It's gonna be another shot, but it's gonna be way off target. And Crow easy handling this one. It's gonna be Zoa again off the corner. Aliens with a free shot. It's gonna be saved by Crow. And again, just Lupus, they have to keep defending. This is a crucial situation for them. It just like the previous games, it has been happening all over again. They had their aggression at the beginning, but everything seems to be slowed down, and it's going to be a fake by Aliens from the midfield, and the 1v1 situation, Aliens and Sleeps, but Sleeps is able to get the block, and they stay out of danger at the moment. Midfield pass, and Crow completely missing the shot. That could have been the winning goal for Lupus. And we're still in the overtime. And the back pass to Askello. It's going to be a follow by Crow, getting beat to the ball this time. And Aliens trying to use the corner to send to the ball, just trying to use it the safest way possible. It's going to be Zoa. Unable to get the follow, just barely any boost remaining. Seems like both sides are getting really nervous. Aliens with a really interesting touch right there, just almost creating that panic for Lupus. But it's gonna be Crow is able to clear it. And Zoa again, just almost every time the camera on his perspective, it just is hero boost on his tank. This could be really bad for risky business. And it's gonna be Sleeps with a double tap attempt. It's gonna be off target. Not enough boost to adjust his car to get the touch that he was looking for. It's gonna be Crow with a shot, and again it's gonna be off target, and Aliens preventing the ball to be right in front of the box, and Askello with a shot, and Zoa with a save again, and Crow with another follow-up, and again it's gonna be denied. We're still in the overtime. We have seen so many shots happening in both sides, but the defense has been holding on very strong, and it's going to be a booming shot by Sleeps, and it's going to be blocked by Zoa. 3 minutes in overtime. Sleeps just going for another center play. It's going to be Crow. Again, they're just getting beat in the air so many times by risky business. So this is something that I've been noticing from the beginning of the series. They seem to be really fast in the air. You can't really get to beat them so easily. So they have a huge advantage when it comes to aerials, and Zoa with a center ball right there, but just Mario isn't able to follow it so quickly, and it's gonna be Aliens putting the ball to the side, and the double demolition coming from Lupus. But they couldn't really get anything done in the offense. They just needed to find that control that they were lacking of. Mario. Now Crow with another center ball. It's gonna be Sleeps already up in the air, isn't able to get the touch, and Askello. And Crow walking away with a bump this time. And Sleeps trying to use the backboard, and Askello again is back with that defense, and it's gonna be Aliens with a very interesting clear. It just got the job done at the moment, and Zoa with another save. It is almost like 2 games right now. We're almost 5 minutes in overtime. So many shots and saves going on from both sides. Aliens putting the ball all the way down. It's gonna be Crow. And a bit of chaotic rotation by Lupus kinda resulted in a double commit, but they're still able to survive. Not with the best touch. And Mario just trying to get the dunk, and Askello again just stepping up with the defense. It's gonna be Sleeps with a clear, and it's gonna be Zoa is there to receive it, and Askello trying to get the banger clear. Interesting block by Askello. The guy with really good defense so far, like no matter what angle it is, he's able to get the block, and that was really impressive. You know how difficult it is to get a save like that when you're just facing backwards. That is insanely impressive. by a Skilla. Now it's gonna be 6 minutes in the overtime. I don't think I've seen such a long overtime here at Liga Raketa. It's gonna be Crow just shooting the ball at the ramps, and it's gonna be bouncing all the way high. And now Zoa with another center ball. It's gonna be Zoa with a solo play. Couldn't really get the touch, and Mario with a shot, and this one is gonna go in. The placement put the last two defenders in a really awkward situation. A very slow shot, yet the placement did so much for risky business, and they're gonna be getting the sweep against Lupus. What a series! And we're gonna go in a break before the next game, like getting postponed until Tuesday. So we're gonna have a break until we go to the next series of today. So stay tuned for more Rocket League, and we'll see you guys there.
gives them a satisfaction they couldn't get any other way.
Jack it up. Jack it up.
And welcome back, everybody. We're about to start our second series for today. It's gonna be Puncture versus Led Gaming. So here you go, the first kickoff of the series. I believe both teams got roster changes, Puncture and Led Gaming. And Led Gaming, I believe they got Brom and Armino. I think they're really good players back then. They were playing for Lupus. And they are two new additions for Led Gaming right now. So I think it's going to be a fresh start for them after being halfway into the Liga. Raketa, and a double fake from Dajan right there to start the series. Solo play, but that was so beautiful. Armino was caught in an awkward spot, and Brom was there also getting faked, and the last defender was trying to get there in time, but couldn't really get anything done. That was a savage moment by Dajan. Just starting the game with a solo play and double fakes right away. This could be really huge for Puncture. Gonna be Armino. Just trying to center the ball. Now Dajan just clearing it away. It's gonna be a demo. And Dajan trying to use the walls, but it's gonna be cleared by Brom. But still, just two players at the same spot happening by Led Gaming at the moment. This could be very problematic if that's gonna continue later on. It's gonna be an infield pass. It's gonna be Dajan with a shot, but oh, he didn't even touch the ball at all. It just looked like he was actually about to hit the ball. Maybe that was like another fake by Dajan, but Exile, he just had a really good shot off the wall, and just two defenders didn't really get a single touch on the ball to save it. That is a really rough start for Led Gaming right now. I was feeling really confident in the roster change. Maybe they're just gonna need a game or two so they could actually get the team chemistry going. It's gonna be Armino with his solo play, just trying to control the ball. It's gonna be Exile, and it's gonna be Armino again. And Brom trying to get the dunk. Dajan with a very important demo right there. to get the ball out of danger. Now Anthony. It's gonna be Armino right now. Just zero boost. Just a bit of struggles trying to get a fast play in the midfield and just try to apply the pressure. It's gonna be an early shot by Brom and nobody's there to defend, and that's gonna be the first goal for Lit Gaming. It just comes out of nowhere for a challenge and bangs the ball really fast, and that's gonna be going on target, and nobody was ready for a shot like that. Be they just leaving the ball for his teammate. The communication seems to be doing really well for Puncture at the moment. It's gonna be Exile. Again, just zero boost. We're seeing a lot of players having zero boost on their tank. Couldn't really get anything done. And it's gonna be Daejon just killing some time upfield. And Anthony with an infield pass again, but nobody's there to receive it. So it's gonna be cleared right away. The miss coming from Daejon, but Anthony's there to cover it up. It's gonna be another touch by Exile, but it's gonna be Arminio. He's there for the solo play, but again, just couldn't really get anything done. Zero boost, and the defense is just looking really good for Puncture at the moment. They're just being really fast for the challenge, and the demo coming out of nowhere by Miho. And Brom trying to use the walls, but again, just nothing really happening. It's just gonna require a bit more than that, and Anthony just coming in with a shot, and the defender was there, but couldn't really get a touch or anything. He was already in a really awkward spot, and just as soon as he saw it coming, it was way too late. So back again with 2 kills lead for Puncture. And the fake kickoff by Puncture, trying to start with an early shot. Tony just pinches the ball off to the other side, and the follow by Danger. That was so quick, and a double commit as well by Puncture, just right in the corner. This could have been really crucial for Puncture. It's gonna be a shot by Danger, and just again the placement and just how close right in front of the box that was. It just put a really hard time for the defender to go ahead and make a save. It was already too close, so of course the reaction time can't really get there, and that's gonna be 4-1 at the last minutes remaining. And just game 1, it seems like Puncture from the beginning, they have been having the momentum going. They're also having really good aggression, and just also that double fake by Daejon just to start the series. I think that was really huge to keep everybody in the team to be feeling really confident in the series. And confidence is always key. Be Brom with a center ball. It's gonna be 50, but again, nothing really productive. And Miao with a midfield pass. It's gonna be a miss again, and it's gonna be Brom again having to find the way to center the ball, just trying to finish game 1 as close as possible. That was a really rough start for Lit Gaming. And the final countdown is gonna be Arminio. Not to the best touch, but again, couldn't really capitalize. The shot was way off target. And game 1 is gonna go to Puncture. They just started with solid aggression and just the solo and passing plays as well. Just everything looked really good in the offense for Puncture. I think they're having a solid advantage against Lit Gaming. We saw a lot of struggles, and it's just like not really the best positioning in the defense for Lit Gaming. Just created so many chances for Puncture to go ahead and take so many shots, and the double fake as well by Daejon to start the series. Again, that was really impressive. But it's gonna be game 2 right now. I think maybe Lit Gaming just could take this game as a way to calm down and see what went wrong in the previous game and try to learn from the previous mistakes and try to fix them, because it's not best of 5, so if you're gonna be losing a game you have already lost, so it's gonna be really difficult to just rely on, oh yeah, just maybe I'm gonna try to fix my mistakes next game, or just try to adapt. So you don't really want to rely on that kind of mindset at all. So just from the beginning, you just want to try your best all the way to the end. Agent just completely whiffing the ball. It's gonna be Anthony with a clear. This one's gonna do it. That is a really solid clear. Just did a lot also in the offense, just helping the transition to keep going. And a double commit by Lot Gaming. Pass to Exile. Tries to pass it back, but it's gonna be blocked immediately by Led Gaming. Now Anthony trying to get something done. Just 1 minute in, we haven't really seen anything scary in the offense for both sides. Seems like they're just trying to find the momentum and try to gain solid control on the ball. So they can't really do anything really impressive. And they're just like always gonna be both sides banging the ball really hard. And it's gonna be a pass to Dejon. It's gonna be blocked again by Arminio. It's gonna be Exile just trying to center the ball. It's gonna be followed by Anthony, and just again another chance gone to waste for Puncture. Exile just trying his best to keep the ball on the orange side. Just maybe that will create the pressure for Puncture. We're just almost halfway in, and still we haven't seen a single shot on target yet. Speaking of shot, there was another one by Armino, but it just bounced it off the crossbar. So we're still scoreless right there. The Exile with a solid clear, and just again, just Dejan trying to get a catch. That was another scary moment for Puncture, but just got blocked so fast, and again we're just scoreless. Another chance right there. It's gonna be blocked from the midfield this time. It's not even gonna get any closer to danger. It's gonna be an Exile just having an open net, and just the save coming from Miho. Somehow he just managed to make the save. It was 2v1 situation. Incredible defense by Lit Gaming. And the Exile with another midfield pass. We're seeing a lot of midfield and infield passing plays coming from Puncture. It's gonna be the Exile having the space to work with. He's just right there to bang the ball. Just he was obviously having his moment. Not the best touch coming from Lit Gaming, the defense again, and he was right there to take this shot so fast. And that's gonna be one goal for Puncture. 3 minutes in, and we finally get the first goal. The Exile just again coming off the midfield, just trying to get the second touch. It just was a bit too slow, and Brom was able to handle it. We're seeing a lot of solo plays coming from Puncture. Another passing play by Anthony. Excuse me. So it was in a really awkward spot, and just that was a bit of confusion in the offense for Late Gaming. It was like a bit of who's really gonna go for the ball. It was already 2v1 situation. Just maybe you keep dribbling the ball and just let your teammates go for a bump or a demo at least. But instead, it just like it led to a really awkward situation, and Dejan with an air dribble right there, just getting a solid carry, make it 2-0. Sure, you don't want to double commit, but at least you just want to take your chances, especially when you're just down by 1 goal, and it's just gonna be almost the end of the game. Puncture. They're just gaining the ball control, almost like in game 1, and just an accidental bump coming in the way. It's gonna be Arminio. Now, again, just another double commit, but it's gonna be played by Miho. The last 30 seconds, it's gonna be another passing play, but still can't really get any touch. And it's gonna be the Exile with a shot. It's gonna be too grounded, and Brom was there to handle it. Maybe they're just going for some pinches right there. If it's not gonna be a double commit. The rotation is obviously not looking the best right now. Just a save coming out of nowhere to preventing that one goal only for late gaming. And game 2 again just going for Puncture. Just the aggression isn't slowing down at all, and they're just having solid control in almost every situation. It started very close, but later on after that one goal, it just seems like everything went back to normal for Puncture. So a lot of confusion for late gaming, whether if it's in defense or offense. Again, they had a 2v1 situation. They could have done something about that, of course. Like they're always gonna be an advantage, even though like they want to be having enough boost. You can just go ahead and maybe harass the last defender, but none of that happened. But just instead, what we got was just more confusion on who is going to take the shot, and that resulted Puncture for the last two attackers. Just they managed to get the time needed to go ahead and rotate back. But here we go, just game 3. 2-0 in the series for Puncture. It's gonna be a huge miss. Now Dajon just trying to get something done from the corner. It's gonna be a shot from Exile, but lack of accuracy, and again we're seeing a bit of better aggression coming from late gaming right now. And another fake, this time by Dajon, just trying to get an air dribble. He also decided to go for another fake, maybe just looking really confident on his fakes. But the trick could be getting really old, and Dajon just trying to get a second touch, and the save by Brom just out of nowhere. That was really impressive. And another shot. He goes for a low shot this time, and the pre-jump by Miho. It's gonna be Anthony. Off to the corner, just gets to pinch the ball to center it. Not to the best clear, but late gaming again. A lot of struggles in the defense, and especially those weak touches. They're just ending up putting the ball down, and just Puncture aren't really following them up, but you still don't want to risk it. You want to at least guarantee that you're gonna get a booming clear that's gonna be helping you to get an offensive transition. And Dajon, that just took 2 defenders to get the clear that they needed. The Exile having to slow it down so his teammate would be responding back. Again, just like the previous game, halfway in, and we're still scoreless, and Brom was there for the shot. It's gonna be denied so fast by Anthony. It's kinda like the previous game. Seems like whoever gets the score first is gonna be gaining the confidence and also the momentum of the game. It's gonna be Brom with a really interesting shot right there. Finally getting something on the board for late gaming. A huge pass by Miho, and Brom just took the shot from a really good angle as well. Finally being on the lead for late gaming. They just need to find a way to secure the lead right now. We're still not done. We have 2 minutes left. Another solo play by Dajon. Just going for a lot of fakes. You don't want to be too confident in those solo plays because they could be biting you really hard. It's gonna be the Exile coming just out of nowhere to boom the ball all the way in. Just Brom tried to clear it away, but it just hit Anthony's car. and the Exile was there for the follow. You could say that it was a bit of a lucky situation for Puncture, but the fact that the Exile was there for the follow if any mistake happens, and speaking of mistakes, it just happens right off the kickoff and late gaming. They go back in the lead. Still have almost 2 minutes on the clock. We are still not done. It's gonna be Dajan trying to have another solo play right there. Maybe you just need a bit of variety in the offense. Sure, there's nothing wrong with going for solo plays. I think it is the safest way to play in the offense is just to go for a lot of solo plays, but that could be very predictable over the time if you're just gonna keep abusing it over and over again. Anthony with a flick, and Michał with a tight save right there in the Exile. Just tried to put the ball in, and Anthony with a follow, and they get to tie up the game. They tried their best in the defense, just took 2 saves in a row, but the ball was in Anthony's favor, and he was there to take the shot. And the game is tied up again. And another solo play by Dajan. He's having the mechanics though, that's a sure thing. It's gonna helping him out a lot in those solo plays. He also avoids any possible situation where it's gonna be 2 attackers just waiting for a passing play or something in the offense, and once the ball is just boomed all the way back, it's gonna be a lot of struggles for the third man in the back to buy some time. So maybe that is the reason why Dajan's just going for a lot of solo plays right now. Brom with a 50 in the corner, and the Exile with another center ball, and Dajan almost got the touch off the backboard. They could have denied the overtime right there, but it's gonna be again the Exile just trying to set the ball up, and it's gonna be Brom and Anthony with a really awkward backflip, and the bumping play is happening from both sides. The last offensive play by Led Gaming at the last 5 seconds. They go back on the lead in just 5 seconds. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough for Puncture right now to maybe get something right away, just like maybe a kick-out goal or something, but they finally get to secure their lead right now, and it seems like it's going to be the first win for Led Gaming. And 0 seconds on the clock. The ball is still alive. Anthony just trying to keep the ball up. And it's gonna be Arminio there for the 0 second goal to get the final nail on the coffin right there. They put a lot of effort to get that kind of offensive plays going. We saw also better defense by Late Gaming, even though they're still having some kind of double commits, but it's just like it's looking way better than game 1 and game 2. So this is exactly the kind of offensive plays that Late Gaming were lacking off at the beginning. So if they're gonna keep playing like this, I think they're gonna be having a fair chance of walking away with the draw. So just the last game of the series. So far it is 2-1. The follow by Dajan. Not the best follow-up. And a pinch off the corner. It's going to be a shot by Armino. That was just almost in. They almost had another early start. Now Anthony is just able to take down 2 defenders by himself and starting with an early lead. Here's another one, and that's going to be the second one in the back. And just a normal shot, nothing really like too much to handle, but it was so speedy even before the defenders get to position themselves, so they would be ready for an incoming shot. And for late gaming, this is their moment right now. They won the previous game. They showed really good signs of aggression and offensive plays. So they just need to do it one more time to get a draw. You know, just trying to speed up the gameplay right there. And the double commit by Puncture. It's going to be the Exile is there to clean it up. It's going to be Daejeon. Now Anthony just take it for an edge. It's going to be Armino again, just take it all by himself. Seems like what Late Gaming are trying to do right now is just like try to keep the ball out of control for Puncture at the moment. As long as it's going to be out of control, I don't think they're going to be doing anything really useful. We have seen that they're just going for a lot of solo plays. I think this is the kind of direction that Late Gaming are going for at the moment. Even though they're just one goal down, they're still not giving up, and they're just kind of mixing up the strategy in the last game. And a demo coming from the Exile. And the pre-jump by Miho. Trying to get a 50. They're just slowly showing some signs of desperation for a goal right there. There's still 3 minutes left. Now Daejeon with another solo play. This time it's going to be dropped down and it's going to be handled by Armino, and Anthony is there for the follow. He managed to steal the corner boost as well. This could be a crucial moment, and Daejeon is there for the shot. A beautiful pass and decision making by Anthony. He managed to grab the big boost pad right there. Just goes for the center ball, and Daejeon is there for the shot, and that's going to be 2-0 at the last game for Puncture. And Daejeon with a delayed kickoff. Brom. The ball is just a bit too high. 16 boost, I don't think that's going to be doing a lot of favor when it comes to the offense. Now Anthony with a shot from the midfield. That one was way too fast, but Miha was there for the save. They're getting that transition. It's going to be another shot by Armino. But again, it's going to be blocked, so there is still Skull. It's going to be Daejeon just trying to get a fake. Maybe or just another follow-up up in the air. Just a defender completely with the ball right there. That was a really risky situation for Late Gaming, and just another double commit. Just the struggles are showing again. Just another double commit again off the balls by Late Gaming. And Daejeon, and just looking too confident to go for so many flashy plays right now. They're just looking for those flashy redirects. Daejeon is still able to recover. That was really impressive with the car control that he's having. Daejeon just completely taking his time right there in the offense, and another double commit happening from Late Gaming. The struggles are only getting worse and worse for Late Gaming. They managed to keep everything really close from the previous game, and same thing for the last game, which is game 4 right now. It just like, all what it took, just one goal, and Late Gaming just started to give up. And Mio, with his solo play, he almost got past the defender in the back, but still, it's gonna be Armino with a shot. It's gonna be blocked by the Exile. And Brom is there to take over. It's gonna be denied, and Daejeon, they're just looking for those passing plays, maybe even freestyles at this point. And it's gonna be a shot by Anthony. He was so close to that defender, but he managed to beat him when it comes to the speed. Puncture. They are still on fire, and they aren't even stopping anytime soon. And another fake. This time it's gonna be off the kickoff. But nothing really works in their favor. Now Miho. Just also the boost management isn't really looking the best for Late Gaming right now. And the final countdown, Puncture gonna be walking away with 3-1 victory in the series, and Late Gaming, they're gonna be struggling a lot to climb up the standings. The ball is still up, and Dajan looking for his last shot, and it's gonna be killed, and Puncture, they get to walk away with 3-1 victory against Late Gaming. That was impressive. Solo plays, passing plays, and just everything you can think of in the offense. We saw it happening for Puncture. So GG and well played for both teams, but Puncture put a really good show right there. We saw a lot of solo plays at the beginning, but the variety, I think everything just came by being really confident all the way through the series. Welcome
Hello.
back, everybody, to the last series of today of Matchday 8. It's gonna be Karnos eSports versus Team Black Diamond, and we have another person who's willing to cast with me, so it's gonna be Cravette. How's it going?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing good, thanks for asking.
I'm back. I casted once before. I don't know. Some of you might remember me, but I'm back in the game. I'm gonna try again in this matchup. Looks like we're gonna have a kickoff here already. Frosty here, going for the double tap. Not quite enough boost to finish it off though. Now has to rotate all the way back, leaving his teammates in a 2v3.
Wait, Karnos eSports, they have been away from the competition, which immediately resulted in 3 losses every time where they had a series to play in.
So
But
the
they're
stakes are
back
high
in
for
the
them.
competition. They are back in the competition, and they're like having a whole new roster, except for Harrigan. He has been there before, so they really need to at least get a sweep every series they're gonna be playing in, or at least 3-1. So they really want to avoid getting a draw in any series that they're gonna be playing in. That's like the only way for them to be climbing up the standings, because they're like at the 7th place right now. But if you want to look at their previous records when they were actually playing, they show a lot of good potential. So this is one of the best teams out there, and they are finally back in the competition.
And the stakes are double as high for them because they have a new roster, you said, so they need to prove that new roster for capabilities, which is not going quite well right here because they're getting scored on after just 1 minute into the game. A nice free. Was that a 180 flick right there? They
It's
just got
more
destroyed
of
by
a
Frosty.
more of a defensive mistake coming from Karnos eSports. It's just like they had Sam to be like all the way in the back, but he wasn't really ready for a shot like that. So just that one slipped through so easily.
Giving Frosty a lot of space to pull off that 180 flick right there. Another passing play coming through here. Frosty not quite able to smash it through the two defenders. That was could have been a fatal double commit for Karnos eSports. Like you said, they need to get some sweeps here if they want to get back into this tournament. And also, they need to prove themselves as this new roster. They need to prove that they're capable of getting those free sweeps, and so far it's not looking very good for them.
Oh,
Uh, the
say
pressure is
right there.
mostly on them. It still is. Good hit there from Sam though. That might relieve some pressure, give some time to get boost. Also that boomer right there. Frosty, an unlucky backflip right there. So far, I'm having my eyes a bit more on Frosty. This guy is playing a hell of a game. This these 2 minutes that we've seen him play.
Covering so many spots, like in the midfield, defense, offense, like he's always showing up. And I think this is really scary to have, because if a player is like always showing up in your face while also maintaining positioning and rotation, that could be really scary because you won't be able to get rid of him so easily. So it's gonna be causing you a lot of troubles, and
And that is
acrobatic
dang. That is
the
gonna
ball
be
on the car.
a unlucky pinch for Karnos esports. I might call it a lucky pinch for for Agronic though. He'll take that goal gladly. And
25
Karnos now down
kilometers
by
per
two
hour.
goals. Down by 2 goals. How will they come back from this? Because, like you said, they still need those sweeps. It's gonna be a lot harder for them now.
Halfway in, well, I've seen a couple of comebacks before. Maybe they're not so much right there, but it might be possible because I think both of the teams are like at similar level, so that's kind of gonna be creating some kind of uh, fair possibility of like it could go either way around.
Yeah, and it's definitely possible because as you see right here, Karnos has the potential. They're getting some nice team plays every now and then, and it's not like the pressure is on them 24/7. Every now and then they can clear the ball and keep some pressure in midfield themselves against their opponents. It's just they're still getting dominated a little, just a little, by their opponents here. There's not much action on their side, and when there is, it always goes wrong last second.
Not really having the momentum yet. They're just like trying to find each other's roles, you know, like it's just like maybe I should be focusing too much on defense or offense. It seems like this is what they're struggling with at the moment. Maybe the team chemistry hasn't really built up yet, and Acrotech with another one, 3-0.
This is gonna be a very hard comeback for Karnos if they actually want to pull this off. 1 minute 17 seconds down by 3 goals against a team that's playing this solid. I don't see them pulling it off, if I'm honest.
Place when it comes to the standing. They're obviously one of the best teams out there, but they're just already giving them a hard time playing and also just keeping out to the pace right now. We're seeing a lot of challenges coming from Team Black Diamond, and also it seems like Game 1 has already been written for Team Black Diamond. So there's
Black
no way
Diamond,
out coming back right now for
Black
Karnos eSports.
Diamond, they're having two very dangerous players right here because Acrotic, he has put almost every single shot he had on net or on target. His shots have been very good so far. And you also have Frosty. Like you said, he's everywhere without cutting rotation or doing stupid stuff, but he's always at the ball. And Acrotic, while I'm saying it, he scores another one. The accuracy, it's unreal.
The pass and the speed for Team Black Diamond is just like Frosty just shoots the ball off the wall, and he just like his teammates just like went for it really fast, able to defeat the last defender in the back when it comes to the speed. It's just like they're being really fast when it comes to the challenges, and I think that is giving them an easy time of controlling the ball and just also having the advantage early on in the series.
Yeah, and only 20 seconds left now. It's near impossible for Karnos to make this comeback happen. 4 goals, and pressure is on them. So I think we can all see where this game is gonna go from now on. 10 seconds left. We'll see. Do these players keep rule number 2 though? They don't. They just
Game
completely
one
ignored it.
is going for Team Black Diamond, but I don't think we have seen a lot of offensive plays coming from Karnos Esports. Even though like on the scoreboard it says that they got 4 shots, but I don't recall seeing anything really scary for Karnos Esports. Like, it's just like skill scoreless, and I don't think like they have been putting a lot of pressure against like Team Black Diamond. Like it's just like most of times we have seen them having to clear the ball, just having to defend right from the beginning. It's like maybe got better at the end, but it still just went back to how it started.
And I'd agree. Karnos Esports under pressure constantly by Black Diamond by this one key player Frosty. He has only 1 goal, but a lot of points. This is because he's everywhere in the midfield. He's keeping the ball there, keeping the pressure on. There's not really anything Karnos can do when a player is on fire like that. Frosty is playing some good Rocket League right here. The whole team of Black Diamond showing some good Rocket League. Also Karnos Esports, I have to say, they're doing their fair share. There's just not much you can do when you're under pressure a whole game
I think it's
going
the
into game
speed
2.
and knowing when to go to the ball and knowing where he should be positioned at. I think that is like what Team Black Diamond are doing right now. It seems like they're not really having some awkward positioning where they just have to constantly just adjust their car and just like to be in the right spot. They're just like moving around the field very fluidly. So they're just like making them a really fast team, and they're like just almost everywhere just try to clear the ball or just like maybe try to do something with the ball. They're just like always denying your chance to get something done.
Also, you can clearly see that Black Diamond is a real team. That they've been playing with each other for longer. They can find each other more easily when they're trying to go for passing plays. Like Karnos Esports, they're trying, and they have some good setups, but they're never quite able to finish it because they they never they never quite find the third man in the passing play.
Team Black Diamond, well, I don't think they have went through any roster change, so they have kind of built up that uh, team synergy or whatever you would call it. It's just like they have been used to each other's playstyle, and I think that is going to be giving them another kind of advantage to keep playing in the competition, because the more you play with the same team, it's just like even with less communication, you're
That's
able
gonna
to
be
tell who's going to be going for the ball. It's going to be Sam right there just getting
that's gonna be
this
Karnos
goal for
scoring the
Karnos.
first goal for Karnos. A distant shot. I'm not quite sure if that was a pinch or just a dang hard boomer. Like, damn. Full court shot, still going in. Something went wrong there in the defense for Black Diamond. Last man just too far up. Uh, to be able to save that, and that will result in a goal for Karnos. Karnos, they've really stepped up their game already. As you can see, they're not under pressure nearly as much. Getting some shots through here, getting blocked though by Black Diamond. But yeah, they're getting some pressure on their opponents now, and they're able to clear the ball a bit more. And right as I say it, Caster's curse. Never mind, guys. I'm.
Beautiful infield pass coming from Frosty to Brian. And just Hurricane, he just like came all the way down, just trying to get that clear, but he just couldn't really make it stop. That
I
ball
mean,
was going in at
it was a very
supersonic
good
speed.
play. I mean, it was a very good play, but you gotta admit, I kind of jinxed Karnos right there because. Need I say more? Another
got
very good shot from
out.
Frosty though. That's gonna be 2-1. Great hit on the backboard there, Frosty. Perfect speed, perfect placement. The one spot both of the defenders can't save the ball.
Play where they just rely on using the walls to pass it back for their teammates. It is working so well, and I think that is also one of the most safest way to go for passing plays at such high level play, because sometimes it takes like two players in the in upfield, and it's like if they're
They're
gonna be
gonna
missing
leave the
off
net
the
wide
pass.
open though,
Oh,
but that's not gonna go in yet. A whiff there from Karnos eSports. I don't know who it was. I think it was Costas. He had the ball right in front of the net, able to put in a shot, but he jumped past the ball. You don't expect to see that kind of stuff on this level, especially not when you're playing against a team as solid as Black Diamond. You need to put those shots in, especially those shots, because those might be the only chances you get against a team like Black Diamond.
for an air dribble, couldn't really gain solid control on the ball. It's gonna be Frosty. Just again trying to have a center ball. It's gonna be cleared by Sam, and a follow up by Brian. And this one is gonna be on target. And it just again, Team Black Diamond, they are dominating.
This was just poor defense, not gonna lie. Sam getting a good clear there on the backboard. Kostas, was looking like he was going boost over ball. He didn't even get the boost, but he should have been way closer to the ball there, so he could have beaten the guy that shot the ball on net. Like they just gave too much space to Team Black Diamond there, and that's gonna be an easy goal for Brian to put in. Now once
Also,
again,
Karnos,
Kostas. Oh,
they had
once
the
again,
first goal in the game, but it seems like it's going to be like in game one again. It's just like Team Black Diamond, they're back at the game. They're just controlling the ball most of the times. It's just creating them a lot of chances for them to get something done. So
and
it's gonna be a lot of struggles for Karnos eSports.
they're dominating the midfield right now as well. You don't see Karnos getting past the midfield a lot in this series. They do it every now and then.
Oh,
Never mind, I jinxed it again. What the hell am I even doing here?
that's a really good pass by Kostas. He just used the backboard for his teammate, and even though that was risky, but Harrigan at least he got a shot on target. And just back again with 1 goal difference only. 1 minute and 22 seconds left. I think that's more than
I mean,
enough.
I don't blame them. All or nothing, indeed, with 1 minute and 22 seconds left. Third man committed. If it didn't work, would have been a goal against them, but it did, and they're only 1 goal away from a tie game. Let's just hope they
Probably
don't give it away.
showing some signs of life right now. And they're just having better offense. I think this is what they really need, is just like better offense and better ball control.
Yeah, they definitely have the potential to do some real damage against Team Black Diamond here, but they just don't fully use that potential. Every attack they get, or every clear they get, or every touch they get on the ball, sometimes they just give too much space to Black Diamond, and they're all too happy to use that space to their advantage as much as they can.
Huge by Brian. Just the ball was like right in front of the box, and Brian got a demo on Costas, prevented that follow up, and for Karnos eSports they really needed that.
Ooh, a misplay there from Karnos eSports. Almost fatal, but they're looking fine right now. They should be able to clear this ball. Nice little air dribble there from Sam to relieve some pressure. With the pinch, this might actually be something. Can they do it? 5
Follow.
seconds left. Nobody there to follow it up. It looks like game number 2 is going to be over. Unless they can score the 0-second goal Coast is putting it on the backboard. That's gonna be cleared by Brian. Still not over though. They still have a chance. Keeping it up. Coast is flicking it over one. Very good play there. Harrigan, perfect timing with the flick. And that's gonna be an unfortunate miss from Kostas, and that will decide the whole game.
It
Can
was
we
a
get a
very,
new server?
very close play for Karnos eSports. They had their they almost had their 0 second play, but it just like the clear from Brian from the backboard, that was huge and resulted in really hard time for Karnos to control the ball at 0 second play. So it's gonna be the third game of the series, and I think if Team Black Diamond gets to win the game, well, I think it's gonna be already over for Karnos eSports. Even though like they maybe winning the last game, it's still gonna be a victory for Team Black Diamond.
Yeah, was this the whole match? I thought it was a best of 5. Because the players are leaving. Uh,
Game 3, Karnos eSports versus Team Black Diamond. Karnos eSports, they had better offensive plays in the previous game, but Team Black Diamond had better play like overall, not just in offense, even like in the defense overall. So I think Team Black Diamond, they definitely gonna win the series. They're playing obviously a lot better than Karnos eSports. I don't think they have been like trying to adjust their like play style yet to fit for the entire team. So it's still gonna be taking maybe a bit of more serious for Karnos eSports, but there's like barely any time left for the competition. So we're already halfway in. So it's a whole new roster. It could be giving them a really hard time trying to adjust. It's gonna be Sam with a solo player right there to start game 3. We're seeing a lot of solo plays these days. He get to win the 50 on the air and just like manage to flick it over the last defender and starting with an early lead for Karnos eSports. And with a pass to Harrigan and Kostas trying to get the follow. It's gonna be Aquatic just putting the ball high, and Frosty with 0 balls couldn't really get anything done. It's gonna be a huge miss and open net almost. It's gonna be Aquatic just showing up right in time. He's able to get the save, and Sam maybe just trying to get the Doomsday dish off the backboard. It's gonna be denied, and Harrigan with a low pass, and Sam with a shot. This one is on target, 2-0 already. Karnos eSports, they're just starting off with solid aggression right off the bat. Whether if it's a solo play or just a passive play like this one, they're just having their aggression really early on. And if it stays like that, I think Karnos is would be able to walk away at least with a draw. It's gonna be game 3, so it's gonna be the game that's gonna be deciding it. And Brian just trying to get the second touch, and Kostas isn't able to get the block. And that's gonna be the first goal for Team Black Diamond. He managed to have enough boost for the follow as he landed on the ball, just trying to get so much power, just maybe trying to get a ground pitch as well, and just Kostas, he was very close but couldn't really stop the ball because it was already going in way too fast, and you get so much power as you just like land on the ball like that. So that was a really nice decision by Brian to keep saving some boost and just like use it at the right moment. It's gonna be a double commit by Karnos eSports, just pitching the ball all the way out, and it's gonna be Sam with a shot. It's gonna be a bit too weak. Kostas, really interesting touch to get that clear, but it's gonna be denied again by Brian, and now Akrotek, maybe with an infield pass, he gets bumped. Now Frosty, he has to show up in the offense. Akrotek, again just off the wall. It's gonna be Frosty trying to get the shot that they were looking for. And again, Frosty trying to keep centering the ball over and over again. They're just like looking for the aggression and just trying to build the pressure. We have seen the team being really fast earlier. They're still being really fast, but Karnos eSports, they're just showing really good signs of adaptability and also the adjustment to the playstyle that will just be fitting them the best. Like they're just like not really having a hard time defending. It's gonna be a really interesting touch and just almost in. Kostas was only pixels away to get the touch, even though it was gonna be really slow, but that would have been in. Kostas has to play it to the side, and he goes for the follow. And Frosty managed to secure the corner boost. It's gonna be a shot by Sam, and this one is on target again, extending the lead even further. Karnos eSports, they're just really stepping up in game 3. These powerful shots, they're just so hard to stop. Even though there's just like gonna be a defender in the back, even though he's like gonna be jumping for it, or maybe even getting a slight touch on it, it's still gonna be going in because of how powerful the shot is. It's gonna be giving a really hard time for the reaction. It's gonna be Frosty, as I was speaking. It gets his solo play right there. A quick way to respond back. Brian goes to harass the last defender, and Frosty gets a flick that was needed. And back again with only 1 goal difference. Almost 2 minutes left only in game 3. Akrotek trying to get an air dribble, and Kostas managed to get a save. Another infield pass, but it's gonna be cleared by Kostas. And 1v1 situation right there, and also a race to the big boost pad. The back pass coming from Karnos eSports. It's gonna be Kostas trying to get the shot. They're still on fire, Karnos eSports. They're just having their aggression, even though they just haven't really got a shot on target yet. They're having their passing plays. They're just able to maintain the aggression and the pressure on. So this is already, they're already in a good spot at the moment. And Frosty just getting a demo in the defense, just creating some kind of disturbance right there. Just a quick moment for an empty space, and it's gonna be a 3v2 right off the demo. They're still having to clear it, and Brian with another infield pass. It's gonna be blocked right away by Karnos eSports. Now Sam trying to get the solo play again. He's already passed 2 defenders, but Brian managed to half flip into the ball. He gets that touch to keep the ball out of danger. The last 30 seconds left. Can Team Black Diamond get a goal and push it to be in overtime? It's gonna be another shot, and it's gonna be taking 2 defenders from Karnos eSports. And a quick follow-up, and again it's gonna be blocked, and another shot coming by Brian, and Sam is there to defend. The final countdown. And Team Black Diamond, they are pushing non-stop at the moment. They're just really looking for that one goal only. The ball is still alive. And Acrotech just tried his best to keep it up, but still, Karnos eSports, they just managed to take a win in the series. We're headed to the last game right now. And for Karnos eSports, they just showed great potentials in the offense and also in the speed. That adjustment was perfect. It was like exactly what they needed. But Team Black Diamond, I think they're still putting a really good show there. They're just like playing really well and also being really speedy. So I don't think we have seen a lot of mistakes coming from Team Black Diamond. So it just like both sides are doing so well, and only the best side is gonna be taking over. The last game is gonna be the game where it just everything gets decided, and Harrigan with a really tight save, and another shot by gets saved by Costas. We started early with 2 shots immediately, but they always got blocked, and Harrigan is there to punish for that mistake. A huge mistouch in the defense by Team Black Diamond. Acrotech just didn't really end up being in the right spot, or also like having a solid touch on the ball. And Harrigan was there just almost like he knew it was coming. He saw that he was in a bit of awkward spot, and he kind of felt like he was gonna be having a really bad touch, and he was there to punish. So that was really good for Karnos eSports. And they're just again they're starting with an early pressure, just like how they did in the previous game. Gonna be Brian having to play it off the corner, and a quick follow by Harrigan. Acrotech just pinches the ball off the wall, just trying to center it for his teammate. Really creative use. Still, it got immediately cleared by Karnos eSports right now. It's gonna be Sam just coming off the ceiling. The huge 50 for Team Black Diamond. It's gonna be denied by Harrigan. Frosty is able to beat the defender right there, and a quick follow by Brian, and the placement as well, just incredible. They managed to tie up the game. Jal came down from Frosty touch right there. He managed to beat the defender. He used the backboard for his teammates, and again we're seeing a lot of use from the wall for Team Black Diamond. So I think for Karnos eSports, they really need a better way to defend their walls and the backboard, because it's not going to be safe once it just bounces off the wall or the backboard and it's not going to be touched. Team Black Diamond, they have always been using the same kind of strategy over and over again in the series. Dental team bump, maybe a team pinch right there from the midfield, but none of that happened. And another double commit, this time in the offense for Team Black Diamond. Harrigan completely missing the ball. Was going to be covered by Costas. Is able to get a decent clear, and Harrigan with a pre-jump. Sam almost got the dunk. It is a very, very close game right there, and Frosty trying to get a shot on target. It's going to be played by Harrigan, and Acrotech just sends the ball right on the center. It's going to be denied by Sam as it gets clear. It's going to be Brian. And a huge fake by Acrotech right there. Just almost looked like he was about to take the shot, and Frosty is there for the follow-up. It just that fake in the air just created a lot of struggles for Karnos eSports. Just it kind of like forced them to wait for a bit longer, as they just like had to wait for the second touch, and they just would have known at which kind of direction they're going to be having to jump and boost forward to. But the touch wasn't even there at all, and as soon as the ball was on the ground, there was a follow. Now Team Black Diamond, they are on the lead. Gonna be a 50 from the sideways, and Costas. It's gonna be Harrigan just trying to harass the last defender, and Sam with a shot, and this one again is gonna be on the backboard, and Harrigan with a follow, and again this one's gonna be saved. Solid aggression, but nothing on target yet. And it's gonna be a quick shot from Brian, coming in hot, extending the lead even further. 2 goals lead right now. That kind of aggression just backfired really hard for Karnos. And it's getting really hard to even bounce back and try to find a way to respond back at Team Black Diamond. Huge demo by Kostas, but Frosty is able to buy extra time for his teammate to respond back with his touch. Sam, again, just pitches the ball. Now Brian. Maybe going for a flip reset. He gets his flip as well, but couldn't really move the ball just to a whole different direction. So it was like just a normal side or front flip for Brian right there. And it's gonna be the last minute of game 4. Team Black Diamond having 2 goals lead right now against Karnos eSports. It's gonna be Frosty trying to delay his shot. And for Team Black Diamond, well, they're already on the advantage right there. So they didn't really have to push way too hard. They're already on the lead and they're gonna be winning the series. So for Karnos eSports, they really have to show the kind of aggression and they have to give it all right there. It's either all or nothing. So it's better for you to take your chances. The last 30 seconds, and we haven't seen much in the offense still for Karnos eSports. Sam, maybe with a center ball, it's gonna be cleared by Aquatech, and Frosty with a solid touch. That's gonna be killing extra time for Team Black Diamond. Last 10 seconds. Kostas. But there's nothing yet, and it's gonna be a win for Team Black Diamond against Karnos eSports 3-1, and they get a 0-second goal as well. Aquatech is there to boom the ball all the way in. It's gonna be a 4-1 on this game, but on the series it is 3-1. That was a really close game, but again, just seems like Team Black Diamond, they have better team chemistry than Karnos eSports. They showed a lot of potentials in the previous game, but at the end, it's the team who is doing the best overall is going to be taking the win. So that was huge play by Team Black Diamond. They're still, I think, one of the best teams out there, and it's going to be even harder time for Karnos eSports to be climbing up the standings. Unless that changes next time, we're going to see them playing. But for now, I think we're done from today matches. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.